I think I was a very cute kid. So I think I was in some mall and somebody noticed me and kind of gave me an opportunity. So that's how my first role. I was doing the movie Transparence with Shahid Kapoor, and because 80% of the film I'm supposed to be very quiet and very shant, but off screen I was this yapping girl. Yeah. Now as I'm growing up, I feel like also the industry is changing a lot from how it was before back in the day. For me personally, I feel like growing up, I had two choices. Either I could go the acting route, either I could go the influencer route. Yeah. So no cream, no serum, no retinol will help you if your internal mental health is not okay.
Hello everyone, this is Sidhi Kapoor and you're watching me on NDTV Who's That 360. Today we have with us actor and the most stunning lady, Aditi Bhatia with us. Thank you
for the lovely introduction. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you. So my first question to you is, what inspired you to get into acting and how did you land your first role?
I was just 5 months old when I landed my first role, and it wasn't really my call because I was an infant. And absolutely nothing inspired me except my parents put me into the showbiz, and none of my family members are into acting. So it was kind of a by fluke something. I was a very cute kid. So I think I was in some mall and somebody noticed me and kind of gave me an opportunity. So that's how my first role.
And you've been a Bombay girl throughout?
Yeah, I've been a Bombay girl, hardcore Bombay girl. Yeah. So my first ad was, I think, ICICI Bank. I still have it somewhere and I use my ICICI card today. Wow. So I'm a loyal customer, yeah.
So the journey has been quite smooth ever since?
Childhood was pretty smooth also because I was a child, so I didn't really know what really happens, how to really get an opportunity, because I was just on the go, moving how, you were supposed to. Parents were there, so there was my mother was the major reason why anything was happening at that point. So, if I remember, I feel like that time was smooth. Now, as I'm growing up, I feel like also the industry is changing a lot from how it was before back in the day.
Yes.
I feel like the mediums have increased, which is why there are so many more opportunities. Yeah. But with that being said, there are also a lot of actors which are in the game right now. So, it's a semi-smooth, rocky journey.
So Aditi, you have worked on very popular shows, Yeh Hai Mohabbatein, Vivha, Shootout at Lokhandwala. So how has been the experience?
I think growing up, I did a bunch of movies where I was playing a daughter to these amazing stars, and for me, they were just changing parents because every day I would have a new parent and a new mom, dad to act with. So I think the experience was pretty normal because I was a child. My mom had kept the innocence intact. She had never made me feel like I'm working with these really big stars and like Shahid Kapoor, Sanjay Dutt. So everybody and they were also, all of them were so amazing to me as a child. I have some very bizarre memories where I think I was doing an ad with Sachin Tendulkar, and he asked me that, can I take a picture with you? Just as a joke, and I've been like, sochungi. So starting se I had this attitude thing, and so these are some memories that I feel like I have, that also my mother keeps telling me that this is how you were growing up. And about Yeh Hai Mohabbatein, I think I was 16 when I started Yeh Hai Mohabbatein, and that journey I think was incredible because we used to shoot so many scenes in a day, just so much. But I think
and even your role was appreciated.
Yes, I think I was very loved, and till date I feel like people recognize me through that character. And I feel so grateful. I feel like any training of acting that I do have today, most of my thankfulness is through that. Yeah.
But any kind of challenges and struggles that you faced, in your acting journey till now?
I think any kind of struggles, personal struggle would be to just keep getting better. But I think that I take it as a very positive challenge. If I look at any scenes from back in the day, I feel like puking because I feel like, what was I doing? So that's my personal struggle to keep growing, and I feel like the minute I have an opportunity to portray that will, have then keep me growing into something else.
And how do you work on that to make yourself better?
Just acting classes, just keep getting better, just keep watching more cinema. I think as an actor, there's no school except just watching cinema, just learning on a daily basis. Life experiences help you so much. So just kind of living life makes you a better actor is what I feel.
So any memorable experience or any kind of an incident that you fondly remember?
I think that I was doing the movie Chance Pe Dance with Shahid Kapoor, and he was playing my dance teacher in the film, and I was supposed to be a really shy kid, and like a shy kid to a point who doesn't talk a lot, who doesn't talk at all actually, and the whole journey is that the teacher is so incredible that the girl starts talking eventually, but because 80% of the film I'm supposed to be very quiet and very shant, but off screen I was this yapping girl.
Yeah.
Totally
opposite.
Totally opposite. So Shahid sir, Ken uncle, everybody on the set used to be like, how do we get her to keep quiet? And that was a challenge for them. So yeah, that is a cool memory for me.
And like they say, there's no biz like showbiz. So how do you handle the trolls and the negativity that sometimes, maybe you have faced it on social media or otherwise? So how do you handle that?
So to be very honest, touch wood, oh my god, I really don't face any kind of excessive trolling, any kind of criticism. Ab mat de dena, ye maine bol diya to. But I'm really scared of it because I do know that people go through it, and it's very difficult because sometimes these faceless accounts are just really saying anything, like it's rubbish after a point, like it doesn't even make sense. But to me personally, I feel like my fan base has been incredibly supportive. And I mean, I don't necessarily see any kind of particular hate which has been prolonging or anything. If I've said something, if I'm supporting a cause, and let's say there are, people who don't support that cause, for example, of course there's a debate, but I always take it as a very healthy debate. Like I don't feel like there's any criticism. I feel like this is my perspective, that's yours, and if there's a little bit of back and forth, I'm okay with it. Otherwise, it can't be a standard road.
You seem to be a non-controversial person.
I mean, non-controversial, I think...
or you like to have your peace?
I think I feel like as I'm growing up, I feel like I'm having very strong opinions about a few certain things. So if at all tomorrow those things don't go down well with people, there might be controversy, then my team will hit me. But point being that, I mean, so far it's been a great journey, and I've been very supported and loved by my people.
So is there any dream role that you are aspiring to do, and some role that you've seen some actor doing and you're like, I also want to do something?
I feel like any Aishwarya Rai role. I feel like
she's hardly visible now.
Now, yes, because she has a family now and she's into it. But I mean, that's my role model for any kind of dance, any kind of kind of period drama, because I feel like somewhere I was prepping for something that was close to that got me really close to feeling like a princess, something like very feminine energy, and I wasn't like that growing up. So to touch that and come back has made me feel like I want to do more of that. So yeah, something in a very old vintage era space.
So let's hope we see you in a Sanjay Leela Bhansali movie sometime soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously Bollywood is happening, but there is a lot of OTT and digital content that's also happening. So how do you see that in the current state of Indian cinema?
I feel like that's where all of the good cinema is getting made. I feel like with Netflix, Amazon, Hotstar, these amazing platforms doing so much content worldwide. India has also picked up pace, and they are making such amazing shows. Like I can go on and on because I am an avid content watcher. So like Farzi, like Jubli, like so many. I can keep going on and on, which Indian cinema has produced, and I feel incredibly proud just as an Indian audience to be witnessing such amazing shows being made. And I feel like that's a great space for actors, for directors, for writers to venture into, and just like, I mean, that's the art. I feel like I have goosebumps every time I talk about.
And it's also increased the scope of work for so many actors.
Like I said, technicians in India, for everyone. I feel like it's the best medium because it's a series. There's more to do. Like every character has its own graph. So there's much more to like portray. There's no particular lead.
Correct.
How it is in commercial movies. So like everybody has their own thing.
And how active are you on social media?
I have phases. I really have phases. I have phases where I would be like, from today, I'm going to be so active. I'm going to update everything. Like today morning, I went to the gym.
Documenting my whole
life.
life.
Documenting my whole day. Like today I went to the gym. This is my breakfast. This is what I did in the evening. And this is what I'm looking like in the evening. Like whatever. And then I will have phases where I will disappear. And I would be doing maybe the same thing, but I will not be posting it. But it's so weird because I am still on Instagram, but as an audience watching reels. But I'm not posting anything at the same time.
That's with a lot of us. That's very human.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm still active on Instagram. It's just that I'm not posting anything, but I'm pretty active on the app. Like I know what's happening. Yeah.
Okay, so you have obviously a very good fan following on socials. So how do you maintain that with your audience? Do you engage with them? Or like you're saying, you have your days?
Yeah. I feel like I said, they've been so supportive, and I think they understand my personality at this point where it's just like she comes and she goes, and I think they just understand this about me. That she's, and every time I have my active phases, I do like talk to a few fans of mine, and they're incredibly sweet. I feel like I don't feel like they are some alien people. Like I feel like I know them because of the way they message and the detailed messages, the detail with which they comment certain things. I'm just like, wow, ye to maine bhi nahi dekha tha. Like, so I then recognize the love that I get poured with every day. So,
and how do you perceive the influencers, the content creators? Obviously, they are also out and about.
Yeah.
So, what do you have to say about this whole emerging new line of work?
I feel like it's great because like I said, I watch reels all day along. So for me, it's a great way to consume content. Also wastes a lot of my time, but it's interesting. It's a hit of dopamine that everybody gets through watching reels. So it's a great medium to showcase how a person is in their personal life. But with that being said, I feel like it's not an easy job at all. How people think of it as with, I'm not very active, but whenever I am, I know there's a lot of effort that goes into just making it look effortless, So I think nobody talks about it. Nobody really gives a lot of credit to people who are out there making content every single day, because trust me, it's really not easy. So incredible work. But for me personally, I feel like growing up, I had two choices. Either I could go the acting route, either I could go the influencer route. Yeah. And now I see those two roads kind of blending in as well at certain areas. But I still somewhere strongly believe that I chose something that truly is my passion, which is acting. So I didn't go the TikTok route. I didn't go the, when everybody was really growing on social media.
So then it was really easy to transition to social?
Yeah, I would like to say that I could have had a lot more following and a lot more fans as what I hoped for. But at that point, I remember that I chose a different path. I chose something else because there was just an inner calling where I just was like, this is not my forte.
You relate more to acting.
I related more to acting, and also because I thought that if I sell myself so much on a platform where they see so much of me, I feel like they'll be tired. So I don't want to be so much also in people's faces. Like I want to keep reinventing myself and keep showcasing
curiosity be.
Yeah, and it was not a very planned thought. It just came from within, and I feel like not that I'm saying I would have had 40-50 million followers, but somewhere more than what I have had today, because and I have no regrets. Like I knew it at that point also, that I'm letting go of this kind of a growth. But it was a very inner calling kind of a thing. So even if I sit back and think, oh shit man, there's no shit in that, because there's just no feeling of regret, because it was a very conscious
decision.
Decision. And
So talking about entertainment industry, obviously it all gets very overwhelming, at some point. With the pap culture, they're just following you everywhere, social media, and OTT and everything put together. So talking about mental health wellness, so what are some measures and some things you indulge in to
balance?
To balance things?
It's a very good question. I feel like as I'm growing up, I feel like I realize what mental health is, and I did not give enough credit or space to myself to deal with things that maybe I was going through and there was no term put to it. Because in life you go through so many opportunities, you go through so many things that are maybe not working out. You plan a story in your head and that story flops. And then your mental health goes for a toss. And then on a daily basis, you're looking at Instagram. You compare yourself on a very subconscious level. So for me now, it's become a very, I don't think I've mastered it, but I would like to say that if I have to advise, just to kind of get a very conscious control of myself that this is what I'm thinking. To go down that spiral is not the right way to go about it, to go in a loop. Just to consciously take your energy back and not distract, but actually indulge in things that will make you happy for that period of time. So yeah, and I feel like as I'm growing up, I'm finding out those things that really make me happy and not what is the overall world's happiness standards. I feel like my standards are very different. It could be going into a bucket of ice cream, which might be wrong for me. But if in that minute it gives me happiness,
peace and
happiness. I go for it because I'm like, I need that for myself right now.
And what do you do for fitness? I mean, what is your fitness routine? You look so fit.
I'm not fit.
Then you're blessed.
No, please. No. I feel like I again have phases. I used to be really heavy back in the day. Then I dropped weight for a project that I was prepping for. And depends project to project. Whichever audition I'm giving in, I feel like my food habits change accordingly because I said, these days there are so many opportunities. The roles also can't look same. Like you have to look different for everything. So, fitness-wise, I feel like I am being regular with my gym routine and everything. But I really enjoy. Are you very conscious
about your food eating habits also?
I would like to be, but I'm really not. I don't have any bad habits except of eating a little meetha here and there. But I feel like if my mental health is good, everything is great. Like everything, every question is just related.
Yeah, exactly. And in today's time, mental health is the most important thing.
And I'm so glad people are so actively talking about it. Because it also makes me more aware, as an audience, when I'm listening to people talk about it so much. But Kathak, Pilates and CrossFit is my go-to right now for fitness.
Wow.
So that's my thing right now.
And what about your skincare? Because your skin is glowing.
I just have
we definitely need those tips. So
I think so. These days I've been in a spiral. I won't lie. I've been overthinking and all of that. So I have a breakout. And my point is that if you really want to have good skin, first look out for your mental health and happiness. When that goes a little, shaky, when that becomes a little shaky, your skin's gonna show signs, So no cream, no serum, no retinol will help you if your internal mental health is not okay. And then of course your typical standpoints, which are your water, your sleep routine, your food habits and things, your hormones, things like that come into the picture. But for me now, I've realized that with all of that being done, if my mental health is not okay, my skin's bound to break. So if you see me with a clear skin, you know I'm happy or at least I'm stable.
Great. So thank you so much for talking, Aditi. It was a pleasure speaking to you and I'm sure the viewers are also going to enjoy this one.
I hope. I really hope.